Hey, Ben here, and in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 tips on how you can build your personal brand in 2020. Tip number 1, authenticity. You've got to be you. You know, if you're one of these people that when you get on camera, you're kind of a bit of an amped up version of you, that's cool. High energy, but the most important thing is you need to be you. If you are trying to be something totally different on camera, and you're trying to project, people will know. You know when you meet people in real life, when they're not being genuine, you could just sense it. Something just seems off, so just please, whatever you do, make sure that you are you. Do not try and fake it. Do not try and be something that you're not, because people will be able to tell. And even if you can kind of blag your way through it up until an interview, or you're going to meet somebody and they're going to go, who the hell is this person? They're nothing like what they are online. And immediately they'll take a step back. So do yourself a favor, make sure that you are being true to you. Tip number 2, know your niche. You need to be able to niche down. You need to be able to pick the thing that you are going to, what is the thing that you are going to be that go-to person for? That when people talk about this thing, you're the picture. When they look that up in the dictionary, you're the picture next to it. That's how you need to think. You can't be everything to everybody. You need to decide what's your niche, who are your people, who are your target market. You need to really drill down on that, and every piece of content that you put out, every tip that you give, everything that you post, you need to make sure that it all focuses and leads back to that, so that not only for the online platforms and things like that, they see you in a position of authority, they see you as being credible in that area, but the people that you're trying to get to, this is what's relevant to them. So if you're talking about this, and then suddenly you start talking about something totally unrelated and going all around the houses, you're going to lose your audience. You're going to find people that just kind of take a step back again. So you need to kind of pick your niche, know your tribe, know your audience, and stay true to that. Tip number 3, know your story. Human beings love stories. Everybody has a story. Everybody has something interesting. The funny thing is that when we look at our own stories, we don't think they're that good because they're a bit boring. It's just us. That's just my story. People love it. If you look at a lot of the reality TV shows, nothing's really happening, but people are just really drawn in to stories and the art of storytelling. So tip number 3 is understand what your stories are and get really good at telling them. Tip number 4, pick the right platform. Not just the right platform for your target market, but also the right platform for you to be on. If you can't stand video, you can't stand a camera in your face, then trying to be on a platform like YouTube is not going to work for you unless you really want to work at it and try. However, podcasting might. It's very simple, mic or just straight into your iPhone. Anybody can set podcasting up relatively quickly. It might be that you're a really, really good writer, in which case something like Medium or putting posts on LinkedIn, but pick your platform, your 1 or 2 platforms that you are going to be really key on. Where are you going to put your pillar content? Where are you going to put your big pieces of content, and what platforms are you going to use to just engage and push people to that pillar content? So, like I said, if you're not one for being on video, then don't try and do things such as YouTube. But ideally I would stick, if you can do video, great, do video. If not, do podcast. If you don't want to do that, then look at things like Medium and LinkedIn and places like that. But pick the right platform for you as a person and what you're going to be comfortable with. But also you need to go back to the previous steps, look at the people that you're trying to get to, the niche that you're trying to be a part of and get to the top of. And where do those people go? What are the platforms they're on? Because you need to make sure you are on one of those platforms. Tip number 5, consistency. Just with the content, we need to keep the content theme and our niche. We need to keep that on point. We also need to be consistent with the content we're putting out. If you start putting out content, 3 times a week and then suddenly you just disappear for a couple of months, you're going to lose your momentum on the platforms, which means that you're not going to get in front of the same number of people. But also, if you've started building up an audience and suddenly you disappear, they're going to wonder where you are, and they're probably going to just forget about you and move on and find somebody else. So basically pick a posting schedule and then stick to it. So if you're looking at a posting schedule of 5 days because you're all excited in the beginning, look at, okay, in 6 months, are you still going to be able to do that 5 times a week? If the answer is probably not, then lower it. What do you think you're going to be able to do in 6 months' time, and set that as a schedule? You're much better just starting off posting once a week, getting a couple of months down the road, finding out what works and going, actually, I've got some more time, or I want to invest some more time. Guys, I'm going to increase now to twice a week. You're much better off doing it that way than having to rein it back or just disappearing or kind of losing faith in it all and stopping. Okay, and so my little bonus tip, just make sure you're adding value. It's not about you. It is your personal brand, but it is all about your niche. What content do they want? How can you help them? What do they want to see? What do they want to read? That's the content that you need to be pushing out. What is going to add value to them? Because if you can find a way of just adding value to your niche, it's going to make you a lot more popular. You're going to get a lot more social signals. You're going to build a lot more followers. You're going to get a lot more shares. If you give value, you will get a lot more of the metrics back that you are after. So I hope those tips have helped you. I'd love to know how you're going about building your personal brand. We are not in the age of CVs anymore. You want to basically step into a room and people already know who you are and what value you're going to bring, because then it's all about chemistry. How are we going to work together? Is this of value? So I'd love to know. So let me know in the comments below.